and welcome to the course of Workshop Technology. This particular course is also termed as Machine Shop Theory. This is one of such subject which does not get its limelight. This subject is very much important like any other mechanical engineering subject like thermodynamics, fluid mechanics, strength of material. It is equally important because at the end of the day you will find a wider application of this particular subject when you join any industry. Prior to understand what this course contains, let's first understand about certain terminologies. First being a machine shop. A machine shop, or simply put, a workshop, is a place in which various kind of machinery is put. Operators work over this machinery and produce desired products. The simplest definition of a machine shop is that it's a place for repairing and making mechanical items. A machine shop is a room, a building, or a company where machining, a form of subtractive manufacturing, is done. Now, what is this subtractive manufacturing? Subtractive manufacturing is nothing but removal of metal, removal of material to produce a desired product. Every machinery in a machine shop or a workshop is termed as a machine tool. Just like what we have the tools in our daily life like a hammer, a saw, a knife. The machinery in our workshops are called machine tools. The daily life tools are simple tools to do daily life works, but a machine tool performs a specific type of work. The most common type of machinery or machine tool that you will find in a workshop are lathe, shaper, milling machine, grinding machine, drilling machine, a slaughter, a planer. These are the machine tools having different components, different mechanism, but their purpose being the same, to produce a product or to repair a product. Any machine tool is accompanied by a cutting tool. This cutting tool aids the machine tool to perform subtractive manufacturing. That means removal of material. In the context of machining, a cutting tool or cutter is any tool that is used to remove some material from the workpiece, which is by means of shear deformation. Different types of tools are used for various machining operations, like for counter boring, which is a drilling process. A counter bore tool is used. For rimming, a rimmer tool is used. For milling purposes, a milling cutter is used. Next we have the tool post. A tool post is that particular part of a machine tool which holds a cutting tool. The cutting tool that we have discussed right now, that tool is held by a tool post, as you can see here. Next is the most important part for any machine tool. It's, however, is not a part of the machine tool, but it's an integral part. There's a paradox there. Because this workpiece or the job is what defines a machine tool. Its operation, its purpose, its mechanism. It's basically a piece of metal or any other material that is in the process of being worked or made or has actually been cut or shaped by a machine tool. There are two types of jobs in case of a machine shop: a cylindrical job and a prismatic or a flat job. Just like we have tool post for holding the cutting tool. We have a vise for holding the workpiece. It is a tool in which object can be held firmly between. It's because of the vise that a machine tool can perform its function. In case of lathe machine, for instance, chuck, collet, and the centers, that is the dead and the live center, acts as a vise. The figure here, however, is of a bench vise, which is also an integrated tool in any machine shop. Then we have ways, or basically guide ways. Guide ways are used to make sure that two components in a machine tool move along a predetermined path. Next is the bed or the base. The most important, if you say, component of a machine tool would be the base, because it's the foundation. It is the main element of a machine tool, and it acts as the base for the rest of the units. And then we have a spindle. In machine tools, a spindle is actually a rotating axis of the machine. It often has a shaft at its heart. A machine tool can have several spindles, such as headstock and tailstock spindles on a lathe machine. However, the main spindle is usually the biggest one. An extension of spindle is what we call a arbor, which is generally used in milling operations, and it is believed that it is used to reduce vibrations in the machine tool. Now we know all the terminologies that are concerned with this particular course, or basically this particular subject itself. Let's understand what are the contents of the course, what's the syllabus of this course. In the first unit, we will understand about metal cutting, in which metal cutting mechanism, chip formation, built-up edges, type of cutting tools, type of chips, tool signature, cutting tool nomenclature, and many more will come. Then we will understand about the lathe machine, its working, its construction, the accessories and attachments it have, the specification of lathe machine, its mechanism, operations that can be performed on a lathe machine, taper turning operation, which is a special operation, as well as some additional operations that a lathe machine can perform, like drilling itself, the cutting speed and the feed. All these things will be discussed in the second unit, that is lathe machine. Then we will propagate to drilling machine, in which again we will deal with the construction, its types, its operation and mechanism, its specification, cutting speed and feed, as well as the most important, the most integral part of drilling machine, the twist drill geometry. Then we will propagate to shaper, planer and slaughter. We are having individual units for the same, but the contents is quite less, because the working principles of shaper and planer and slaughter are almost the same. However, orientation differs. And last but not the least, we have milling machine, in which we will understand about the working principle of milling machine, milling methods like up milling and down milling, or conventional milling and climb milling. We will understand about different type of milling cutters, the types of milling machine, its specification, the operations that can be performed on a milling machine, and last but not the least, indexing and dividing head. So in these 7 units, you will understand, you will get a brief overview of what a machine shop is, what a workshop is.